Come on in here, Ken and Karen. Come on in here, Ken and Karen. Apparently, some of these soft NFL fans, Kens and Karens, been crying to the NFL about Kendrick Lamar's performance. They complaining to the feds and like, oh, it was too black, it was too strong, it wasn't family friendly. And my reaction is, good. Now you gonna make me fool around and like Kendrick's performance. I didn't think in terms of his charisma and his catalog that I was feeling his performance in that regard. And I always said a diss track is kind of, it's not something that you necessarily, from that capacity. But there's nothing about Kendrick Lamar that was offensive. I wanted him to do a pro black song like King Kunta. I really was hoping he would even do that because that did have the James Brown groove and vibe to it. I had no problem with him. I just didn't feel that, as a mainstay. But for these people come out here and be crying, out here crying about his performance on it, they still crying after all this time because he did it in front of Trump's face. And they're like, how dare you? How dare the NFL stop racism in the logo because to appease Trump? How about you address the issue about black ownership? How about you address the issue of lack of black general managers and more head coaches? And think I don't remember Brian Flores' lawsuit? Let me go look into this a bit further. Because guess what? Kendrick Lamar earned his way to perform. He is not a DEI entertainer. I'm going to say this slowly in case you don't know. He's not a DEI entertainer. He's been around a decade plus. It's funny how people be crying. Now, if you didn't like it, that's one thing. But, it's funny. When he was performing with Dre and Snoop and Eminem and 50 and Mary J. Blige, you ain't had no problem with that. Oh, let me tell you why. Because they were talking about having fun and probably getting, toasty, saucy. They weren't talking about nothing what they were showing. Kendrick was just trying to tell you about let's get some reparations. I know that's a dirty word. I know that's a bad word to say. I know it's hard to just compartmentalize that. So what you do is you be at home writing Dear Roger Goodell some letters. Oh, this black man scared me and he terrified me. Oh, I can't look at that. Why they gotta talk that talk? Even though you just got through selecting somebody into the White House who wants to take the 1965 Act and wants to go to legalize segregation again. So when Kendrick Lamar, if he had a black only water fountain out there and black only restroom, they got to throw more signs out there. Who are you getting mad with? Who are you crying about? Oh, and if you look at the NFL football field, yes, the first two African American quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, who played 2 years ago, we just saying they did a duplicate part 2 this time. That's only happened in the last 4 years. But we don't talk about history being made on the football field. They like to tell you we passed it, but we not. Because you got a problem with a black quarterback winning. You don't have no black ownership. Magic's a token for Washington. You don't have no black outright ownership. You don't have no black GMs holding that trophy. But what do we got? You have to have signs and symbols. And when you come across that we won't have this and that, we get somebody that comes along and says, hey, wait a minute. He letting it be known. He letting it be known. Because what has happened is the whole DEI and the legalized segregation and the Jim Crowism and all the stuff and the whitewashing to mess with Jackie Robinson. Yeah. Ken and Karen is like, I don't know. They're trying to take everything from us. What are we taking from you? How are you taking something from you when you own everything? How is that? How does that work? Kendrick's an entertainer. Entertainers come and go. There was no complaints for the ratings. Now, it's not the best Super Bowl I've ever seen. It's not even top 3 or 4, 5 I've seen. But I'm going to tell you something. It was watched. and people watching. And do you know that the Olympics in 2028 are asking Kendrick for the LA Games? They're asking him. He could come up with a song. Come on, Kendrick. That's the way it is. But we're going to always tell people there have always been two Americas. That's the message that's being sent. There are two Americas. Because there's that denial and then there's that reality. And if you don't discriminate and you don't try to bring back the old Jim Crowism and you don't try to take everything away, Kendrick Lamar might give you a nice, happy, friendly, hokey pokey Will Smith type of performance. But because you're trying to take everything away and then you're trying to mask it, and then all you're gonna run back and say, "Well, I'm not racist. I Tiger Woods is my best friend. He's with my son's ex-wife." See, that's the problem we run into right there. And these Ken and Karen's crying like we're going, we're afraid of Kendrick, who happens to work for a professional rap company, and he did not get no flack. Kendrick Lamar does not have any kind of gate attached to his name. He has not been impeached, and he ain't Justin Timberlake, and he ain't go up there and grab something and have Janet Jackson catch all the flack behind it. Serena Williams was not inappropriate. She just did a dance. What SZA didn't do anything wrong either. Samuel Jackson didn't do anything wrong either. They were putting on a play. They were putting on display what's been put forth. But for all them Kens and Karens calling and telling, "Oh, you're messing up my NFL. Oh, I don't know what to do." You're watching. And the ratings speak. Money talk. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is the so pseudo outrage. But it was taken to the stage. They need to let that game go. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another shit if you like, and hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.